What's going on, guys? Force here, playing some more Magic the Gathering. Going through the campaign, actually at the final boss now, Karn. So we're going to play him, and we'll be using the Ancient Depths deck. I've grown quite fond of it, so we will see how this one pans out. Let's take a look here. All right, so just some information. Basically, the way this deck functions is we are supposed to, you've got big beefy creatures, but the biggest thing about this really is that you've got a lot of land fetch in the deck, and it allows you to thin out your deck, get those big beefy creatures in play, and then put you in a strong position. Now, I've got two forests. I've got two of these Qualifying Oracles. This isn't the greatest hand. I'm actually going to try drawing a new one, see if I get a little bit better. Okay, this isn't that terrible either. So I'm going to keep this hand. Let's take a look at what we got here. Two forests and an island to start out with. Also have this Assault Zeppelin. This is some nice early game defense. Two colors, a forest and an island for a 3/3 flying trample. In addition to that, here's one of those big beefy creatures, 4 colors and 2 green for 6/6. When it enters battlefield or attacks, I get to search my library for 2 land cards and put them into play tapped. That is very strong, of course. Here's another one of my accelerants here, 2 colors and a green for cultivate. Search my library for 2 basic lands, 1 goes into play tapped, 1 comes into my hand, and then here's a draw card spell, 3 colors and 2 blue to draw 4 cards. So I'm gonna start off with the forest here. And yeah, let's see. So yeah, it's all about the acceleration. Early game for this deck, very, very slow, but as it ramps up, it gets pretty strong. We'll have to see how that does against the opponent, Karn, here. Let's see if he's got a first turn play. Wayfarer's Bauble, 1 colorless, and he can tap 2 and tap it to search his library for a basic land card, put it into play tapped. So there's some mana acceleration for him as well. And he's also going to play, okay, a Mox Sapphire. This is a very old and very powerful card. They have one of these for each color. It costs nothing to come into play. It's an artifact, and you can tap it for, this one's for an island. The card's absurd. Obviously not really reprinted. It is available here, I guess, for the last boss, though. And another Mox Sapphire. So next turn, he already is going to have access, if he plays a land, to 4 mana. And he's immediately doing the Wayfarer's Bauble. You can see why those are so strong. I mean, that was his first turn, and he's already got access to 4 mana next turn. Pretty absurd in all honesty, but really nothing I can do about that. All right, there's my draw phase and the main phase. Okay, let me go into my main phase. Why? What are you doing? There you go. Okay. Game was like lagging or something, and I can't do anything yet. So, wow, amazing start for Karn already. Again, those Mox Sapphires are pretty overpowered. And let's see if he's got any follow-up here. Going to be playing. All right, whenever he plays an artifact, he gains 1 life. That's a Golem's Heart. I'm okay with that. I was really afraid he's going to play this giant creature, but he didn't, and now it's my turn. So good, 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 good. All right, I'm going to immediately go into Cultivate here. So I get a land in play tapped, and then I get a land in my hand. So far, as you've seen, well, Force, where are all your big creatures? Nothing yet. I do have that Primeval Titan. I'll be able to play that in the not-too-distant future. Get some more lands in play. So again, very slow ramp up for this deck, but it works its way up and becomes stronger as the game progresses. Let's see what else we got going on here. Gonna be able to play another forest next turn. And we'll see. Okay, good. He didn't play anything. So my next step, since he still has no creatures in play, my next step is going to be, should I do a New Frontiers? I kind of want to, and I think I'm going to. I really do, because this is going to allow me to get this Primeval Titan no problem next game, next turn. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Now, he's got to draw lands, too. He's got to get, so I'm going to get 4 lands, and they're going to come into play tapped. So next turn, I'll have access to all of those. I'll be able to play the Primeval Titan as well. Get more. There we go. The Primeval Titan as well as my Aether Mutation. This is really good. I get to return a creature to the owner's hand, and I get X 1/1 green tokens in play, and the X is that converted mana cost. So even if he plays something big right now, I'm going to return it next turn. So I'm actually feeling pretty comfortable, unless he's got some counter spells in play. So there we go. Here's a decent creature. Non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. So already something that kind of sets me behind a little bit. So all my spells, anything that's non-artifact, costs 1 more to cast. And then he is playing Gate to the Aether. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player reveals the top card of his or her library. If it's an artifact, creature, enchant, or land card, he may put it in the battlefield. Okay. That's good for me, and it's good for him. Let's see who it pays off best for, though. Let's see. So I get a card. Okay, so unfortunately that one didn't work out for me. But let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and play my forest. And what's his converted mana cost? 4. So I could toss him. This is actually going to cost me 6 to play because of that. I've got a total of 10 mana. And this costs 5, 6, 7 to play. So I wouldn't be able to do those both, unfortunately. Even when I returned it, it would knock that down 1, but it still costs 6. I think I'm just going to go straight for the Titan, especially since he's tapped out and he can't counterspell it. This is going to let me get 2 lands right in play. They come into play tapped, but still. So 2 lands come right in play, so next turn I'm going to be setting myself up pretty solid. Now I also have a blocker for that, and if I swing next turn, I'm going to be getting some more stuff in play. So far I'm actually not too concerned. This game's been going okay for me. I'm really worried about what he could possibly be throwing out. Let's see what he does second main phase, and here it is. Alright, so this is what I wanted to save that Aether Mutation for, something this ridiculous. Look at the Darksteel Colossus. 11/11 trample, indestructible. If it would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, instead he shuffles it into his library. But the good thing here is, alright, I'm going to return this to his hand with my Aether Mutation. I'm going to get 11/11s in play, and I'm also going to be able to attack with my 6/6. So this is actually looking okay for me. There we go, got a land in play. Alright, so first thing is first here. Aether Mutation, his Colossus. Alright. Absolutely beautiful. That is that went absolutely perfect for me. So look at all those 1/1s I got from doing that. Now it went back to his hand, so he's going to be able to play it again next turn, but that's fine. Now I've got all this stuff in play. Now the other thing I'm going to do is, let's see, if I can't play this yet, unfortunately. I could play the Zeppelin. Could also play this. I really want to play the Tiding though. I think I want to fill up my hand right now. So I think I'm gonna play the Tidings to draw 4 cards. And let's see what else I draw into. Hoping to draw some more big beefy creatures which will help me contend. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I need to show you this right now. Okay, so I got 2 of these. The Giants, which when they come into play, I get to get a land and play tapped. You saw this in the draw, but I didn't show it to you. It's Flying, Trample, and Shroud. Awesome card. Shroud means he cannot be targeted by my opponent, so that puts him pretty safe when he's in play. This is the card that you need to see. Look at this. Butcher of Truth. Okay, it's going to cost 11 to play. He's a 12/12. When he comes into play, I draw 4 cards. Fantastic. Annihilator 4. Whenever I attack with him, my opponent is forced to sacrifice 4 permanents. That is huge. In addition to that, when he puts it in the graveyard from anywhere, I might shuffle him back into my library. This card is fantastic, and the fact that I drew into him put me in a very strong position. My attack phase, I am going to swing with my 6/6. And with that, I get to put 2 lands into play tapped. So next turn, I have that many more lands. This game has been going pretty well. Let's see if he decides to block or if he's going to take the 6 straight on. Looks like he's taking it straight on, dropping him down to 17. Okay, so this game going pretty well for me so far. So far, things are looking good. Really happy about drawing into that, in all honesty. So I expect the Darksteel Colossus to be played again. There it is. 11/11. He's going to gain some life from that, I believe. Yep, and he's going to gain some life from this as well. What is this? Untap target artifact, Voltaic Key. That's a very strong card. He is tapped out right now, though, so he can't use it yet. So that's good. All right, so here we go. This is looking pretty good for me here. Going to start things off by playing this guy, my 12/12. Allowed me to draw 4 cards. That's fantastic. All right, in addition to that, let me think what else I want to do. Let me play this additional land here. And let's see. These things all cost extra because of this stupid card, making everything cost 1 more to play. But that's okay. Should I throw some more land in play? Actually, no, I can do that to gain some light. Ooh, look what I drew into. So I'm going to be able to play this next turn. Yavimai's Embrace. Enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. Gets +2/+2 and has trample. So guess what I'm going to enchant next turn? That's right, next turn, Darksteel Colossus will be mine. And this game just went from good to amazing. I'm almost 100% positive that I have this in the bag. Now, what I should do this turn, I think gaining some life would be good. So I may just very well do that. I could play another Tidings, but my hand's full, so I'd have to get rid of cards, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with the Live and Decay, get myself some life here. So I'm going to reveal this card. It's going to make me gain 20. So I'm at 27 right now because of that. Here's my attack phase. So let's take a look here. I've got my guy to block. I am actually going to swing him with everything. The 6/6, he's going to block with his 11/11. And that's okay with me, because I'm going to gain some more lands, or is it? Should I just attack with these guys and then save everything else to block? Is this when he attacks or blocks, or just when he attacks? I almost think it's worth it to sacrifice that, to let 1 more go through. I'll get the lands in play for next turn, and I'm not too worried about next turn either. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to swing with everything. Now again, he's going to kill that 6/6, but I'm going to get those lands, and since I'm controlling his Colossus next game, fine by me. You know, I don't mind that I'm going to be losing these right now. Alright, so attack. I get those 2 more lands in play. So again, this does 2 things. It thins out my deck, but it also gives me those extra mana for next turn. Thinning out my deck is great for things like my Tidings, which allow me to draw cards, which mean I'll be drawing straight into actual creatures. So we did what I expected. I got a bunch go through. I'm forced to discard because I'm a little full right now. I'm going to be getting rid of the Zeppelin. Not really the most important thing for me. Alrighty. Let's keep this train rolling here. Now what he does this turn is really, I'm a little bit concerned. If he's going to win, he has to do it this turn. Because next turn he's in trouble. Alright, so he played this. Clockwork Dragon, pretty strong. Comes into play with 6 1/1 counters on it. Whenever it attacks or blocks, he has to remove a 1/1 counter, but he can also tap 3 to pump it up. Give a +1/+1 counter to it. So that's kind of concerning. Ooh, what is that? Shapeshifter. Alright, so he gets to duplicate a creature. That's exactly what it is. So imprint, when a duplicate enters the battlefield, choose a non-token creature. As long as the exiled card is removed, card duplicate has its power and toughness. So he's actually going to be removing this guy, and he turns into the same thing. That's actually very frustrating. I'm not sure what I can do about that right now. So that put me kind of in a bind. Now, I'm probably gonna take him. Yeah. I'm going to take him with the Yavimai's Embrace. I think that makes the most sense to me right now. There we go. Okay, so great. Now I've got that creature back right now. I took him with the Yavimai's Embrace. I've got him back. He's got Annihilator 4. It's going to make him sacrifice artifacts. Going to make him sacrifice stuff when I attack. I'm also going to play, I believe... I've got 10. It's going to cost 8. Throw down an Explorer. I could get some stuff. I could get some life before I actually play him. Let me do this. I'm going to get some more life. I'm going to play Living Destiny. Get some more life by revealing that. So I'm going to gain some more. Going to pop me up a bit more. Game's not over yet. I'm still sitting in a very strong position. No doubt about that. And I cannot play him this turn, but I could do an Explorer, or I could play a Giant, which should get me a land in play. Let me do... I get that for a total of 5. Let me just do the Giant. It's going to get me a creature. It's also going to get me a land right in play, too. Let me get another Forced. Okay. Alright, so now it's attack phase. Look at how low he is. Even if he swings with everything, he's not going to kill me next turn. Oh, he has Summoning Sickness, too. I'm still going to swing with all my 1/1s, though. I'll be able to get all but 3 of them through. Things are looking still good for me. I'm still pretty confident here. So there we go. He's going to block 3. Fully expected. Okay. Untaps the Mox. Why he did that? He untapped his Mox. Okay, whatever. All right, so he's down to 4. So look how comfortable I still am because of all these 1/1s. He's going to Icy Manipulator to tap that card, so I won't be able to attack with him next turn. But I'm still comfortable. I'm still not entirely worried. Alright, he's going to attack for 11. I'm going to let it all go through. Skip blocking. Don't really care. He's also going to pump up that creature, the Clockwork Dragon. That's fine. He's going to pump it up again and again. All things I'm fine with. Yeah. Is he going to do it one more time too? Doesn't really matter. He's dead next turn. He's dead next turn. That turned out well for me. It wasn't perfect, but a win is a win, so I'm not going to complain. He just does not have enough to block all of these 1/1s. The Aether Mutation turned out to be so important for me. Alright, so let me... I could just play straight that. I'm going to Tidings, though. I just want to see if I draw into anything special. Any other big, beefy creature that I can play. Didn't really draw into anything huge. Treasure Hunt, no. So just some more fetch cards. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Sky Swallower. My 6/6 Trample Shroud. Doesn't matter, though. None of this matters. None of what I'm doing matters. Let's just go to my attack phase and win the game already. Force. Alrighty, here we go. Piece of cake. And here's the win. He's going to untap his Darksteel Colossus. Doesn't really do too much, though. He can't block at all. He chooses his blockers. And there's the win. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed. That's the end of the basic campaign there. Just defeated Karn. So absolutely fantastic there indeed. Once again, I really like this deck. It's a little bit slow, but it's pretty strong as well. As you can see, I have now the Arc Enemy and Revenge to possibly go through. It is quite possible that with the next installment, though, of this, that I will be hopping straight online. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this series. I'm certainly planning on continuing to do it because people evidently like it. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.